Hey guys, we're out here at one of our private pieces of property hanging a ladder stand.
Dang, that's a fatty. I just can't get over the girth.
What? We're back at it again. It is the weekend before opening weekend for whitetail, and we're a little late to the game on putting this stand up, but let's just say it came into our hands kind of late in the game, and we figure it's better late than never. And this big old tree behind us, aka Big Fatty, is going to be a hard one to saddle hunt from, so we decided to go ahead and throw this ladder stand in here, and that's what we're doing.
Just the bendy, just from my angle, the bendiness of this bar right here. You like that?
I mean, for now, yeah.
I'm not gonna be the first one going up there.
Why not? You chicken?
Look how high it is.
It's not that high.
Have you?
What is that? What is that? Is it on camera?
Nope. Yeah, now they see it.
So why aren't you going up? Tell me, why aren't you going up there?
Because it's so high.
There's nothing high about it.
Let me tell.
Oh, is that how you're gonna fall?
Hmm.
Let me see that ponytail you got. Wow. So majestic.
We got the ladder stand up here in this massive tree. I want to say it's an oak, but I'm not really the greatest at tree identification. So if you can see this thing, let us know down in the comments. But it's the weekend before opening day. We're really excited. We've got some just amazing bucks that are coming through here. Not all of them are daylighting, but they are coming through here, and they've daylighted a couple times, so chances are good. We've put in a lot of work to get it here, and now we're hoping that we can harvest one of them. So a couple things to be thinking about when you're trying to pick a spot for your stand, or even if you're saddle hunting. Huge fan of saddle hunting just because of the mobility, and then it just opens up your options as far as trees and things like that. But you want to make sure that you scout the property, and like in this case, this is a private property, and we spent quite a few evenings in here in the summertime just exploring, walking around, checking this spot out. And what you're looking for are bedding areas, which we have some on the far end of the property. You want to try avoid setting up in one of those. You also want to understand their travel patterns. You know, how are they coming and going from your property? So walking boundaries is a really good idea. You also want to know, like, where are their food sources, where's the water. Onyx is a really good tool for those kind of things. Google Images, things like that. You want to understand how the wind patterns are moving through the property. So spending time out here and just seeing in the evenings and the mornings, understanding stuff like that. And then you always want to understand your backdrop. So like right now, my backdrop is this massive tree, which is perfect. When I'm in camouflage and I'm not moving, I should blend right in, right? Some of the other skinny trees, you don't have that as an option. And that's really where the saddle hunting kind of puts you at an advantage, because you can hide behind the tree, and you can kind of maneuver and keep the tree between you and the deer. Last thing I would say when you're trying to pick a spot is always have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. Wind changes, maybe the deer, you know, as it goes from summer to fall to winter, they start changing travel patterns a little bit. Maybe they don't favor the trail that you're set up on as much. But those are some tips when you're trying to set up a tree stand.
Yeah, that's coming off for sure. What's the rating on that?
extra safe.
Take number 1 with the new addition to the tree. We have a nice 2x4, not treated, so it probably will rot.
All right, so we're on a piece of our private property that we gained permission for at the end of last season, so we didn't get to hunt it, but as I stated earlier, we spent a lot of time scouting this, walked the perimeter, walked all in and out of it, kind of got an understanding for where deer are bedding, where they're coming and going from. So if we are looking at the south of us, we actually have a pretty massive cornfield, a lot of food sources. We've got a couple ponds. That's a good water source. Wanted to talk a little bit about gaining permission and some of the success that we've had so far. And by no means are we experts. There's a lot of podcasts, a lot of other videos out there that you can go listen to and get advice. But for me personally, I've learned that face-to-face is a lot better than, you know, phone calling and things like that, or sending a text message. I've written a couple letters with no success, never got a letter back or a phone call. I've just learned, get on Onyx, figure out who owns the property, and then show up in the evening after work, but not too late. You know, just explain who you are, what you're trying to do. Make sure that they know that you're someone they can trust on their property and that you're gonna treat it just like your own. I always like telling people where I live because I hunt in the surrounding areas of my home. I like telling them right where I'm at so they know I'm a part of the community. I basically try to ask in a way that, you know, makes them want to give me that permission, but not apply too much pressure. So maybe one of these days, if that's a video that you guys want us to put together, let us know in the comments and we can kind of dive into that a little deeper and maybe video some evenings where we go out and ask for permission. But I think the biggest key in after you've gained a piece of property, for you to keep that piece of property, you have to keep that relationship going. We've learned that building that relationship right off the rip is important. When it comes around to Thanksgiving, Christmas, I always try to find gift cards, write handwritten notes saying thank you, we appreciate what they do for us, and dropping those in their mailbox or delivering them to their house. And then I text constantly, I call them. I got a smoker this summer, so I've reached out to them and I've smoked you know, brisket, pulled pork, different things like that, and I take it over to their house. I help them out. I try to view it as a give and take kind of relationship, and they're letting me access their property, so I try to give back in return. So those are a couple of tips, and we've seen success with that. This will be the 3rd year that I've hunted 2 different properties that I've had success on. I'm the only one that hunts them. I have exclusive access to that property, and I really appreciate those people. So if you are watching this video and you're one of those landowners, thank you so much. Well, the ladder stand is up on Big Fatty. We also have the climbing sticks on our Plan B tree, and we're ready for deer season. The only unfortunate thing is Nate and I have a men's retreat coming up on opening day. Could have been better timing, but we're gonna put God first. It's kind of what we're about here in this channel. The cool thing is we get to camp out on the premises there at the church where the men's retreat is gonna be. Don't know of how many men's retreats out there that you actually get to camp out. So I'm taking the Xterra with the CVT tent on top. I'm staying in that. Nate and my brother are gonna be staying in a tent, and it should be a good time. So really looking forward to that. Now we're just out here scouting. We're up on top of a silo, and we're just gonna wait until the sun starts going down and see if we can get any deer on the back of this field, on this bean field, and just see how they're moving.
All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up the video. We've been out here for about an hour and a half, just glassing and getting some footage of us being on the silo. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that like button, share with a friend, and now we'll catch you on the next one.
Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. Ecclesiastes 9:10.